Hello. When many people think about baking, they think about bread, pastries, and wonderful treats. But a lot of people often don't start working with yeast because it's seen as a more difficult area of baking, and it's just a spot that people normally don't cover when baking at home. Because I have taken baking classes through the high school, I was opened up to yeast baking, and I have been working with it a lot recently. Because it's my personal preference, I usually use weight measurements instead of like cups and tablespoons and things like that, because I just believe it's more exact. So here is how to make bread. Alright, so one of the first things that we have to do here is we have to make a pre-dough that's called poolish. As you can see, I am adding bread flour, yeast, and water to the mixture. And then we mix until thoroughly blended, which is usually just around 2 or 3 minutes. Once your dough is done mixing, then lightly dust it with a bit of bread flour, and then we are going to cover it. Like if you get a KitchenAid bowl mixer, they come with a cover that's a non-sealing cover. Otherwise, you could just use a towel. Let it ferment for about 4 to 6 hours. Once you let your poolish ferment for about 4 to 6 hours, then you're going to combine the poolish, flour, yeast, salt, and water into a bowl and then fitted with a dough hook. Now I'm just mixing the ingredients in a mixer, but then once all of those ingredients are incorporated with each other, it's good to take it out of the mixer because the bread dough being so thick can be a little tough on a mixer. So then after that we knead. Now cover and let ferment for about 1 hour. Now after waiting for just about 45 minutes, you're going to need to punch down the dough and then cover and let it rest on the mat for about 15 minutes. After you wait the hour, then fold the dough over in the bowl and then cover it again and allow for the dough to ferment for about 45 to 60 minutes. Then we're going to scale the dough into 390 gram pieces or 13 ounces. Every piece should then be rounded. Alright, now we have to pre-shape the dough. So first you have to create tension with the round of dough with your thumbs, pushing it in, and then flatten out into a rectangle. Fold 2 sides over on the short side, just about a quarter in, and then fold into the dough piece, and then seal the dough with your palm right near your wrist, and then roll the dough out into the long shape that you would imagine a baguette is in. So once you have all your loaves, then we're just going to wait about 45 to 60 minutes for the loaves to finish fermenting. So now we score or cut designs into the bread. You can do any design that you'd want. I usually just do a long slice along the center because that's the most normal one to do. Once you are done scoring, then put the loaves into the bread pan just so they're ready to bake. I also like to add an egg wash on the top to give the loaves some color on the top. It makes it nice and golden brown. An egg wash is just egg whites put in on top of the loaves before they bake. After your egg wash and scoring is finished, then bake at 450 degrees for about 18 to 20 minutes. They will come out evenly browned and the scoring will open up nicely. Now once your bread is done, you'll have about 6 loaves to enjoy. I hope that all of your bread turns out wonderful, and I hope that you have learned something from this video.